Hi, and welcome back to the channel. We are continuing Attack on Titan. This is Season 1, Episode 25. Season finale. Season 1. And the last one ended with Eren becoming a Titan again. And now he's gonna go up against the female Titan, aka Annie, with the help of the Survey Corps, Erwin, all of them, with the exception of Levi, perhaps, because he's still injured. Maybe he's gonna be a part of it, maybe not. Yeah, a really intense one, the previous episode. Extremely intense, but I guess that's a word you can use to describe pretty much everything that's going on in this series. It can really get freaking intense, and not only just the power of intense yelling, which we do get once in a while. But before we jump into the episode, I just quickly want to say that yes, we do know that we are supposed to watch like the entire episode and the credits as well. There's like a sort of a post-credit scene thingy, perhaps. And we know when we are supposed to do that, like which episodes that sort of has those post-credit scenes. And once we're done with season 1, then yes, we're going to be watching some of the OVAs. And we also know which ones to watch, like when. Like we have a whole guide. Like we have some very, very good moderators who are also kind of guiding us through this experience and making sure that we watch things in the right order and remember to, get all the details along the way. Do you have anything you want to say before we start? Nope. Alrighty. Then here we go. And you can, of course, always check out our full-length reactions where you can sync up the footage with your own copy of the episode. We also have early reactions for Attack on Titan where we are several episodes ahead, probably well into Season 2 at this point. It's all over on Patreon, and the link is down in the description below.
That was, yeah.
And here we go. The wall.
神聖なる壁を疑ってはなりません。神の手より生まれし光の壁は我々の信仰心を捧げることで。
Oh, they're gonna die, all of them.
Crash!
Yeah.
There's an ass coming. Right. Yep. Right there. That was the ass.
Exactly. That was definitely the building that she crashed into.
壁に近づくでない。壁に。
What is she doing? Oh, they are not ready for this.
そんなものに意味はないと言ってたけど、俺にはお前がそう思ってるようには見えなかった。なあに、お前何のために戦ってんだ。どんな大義があって人を殺せだ。
That ability to harden the skin, that's really hard to beat. Whoa! Never mind, just fucking throw her.
聞いてないよそんなの。なんでここで巨人が戦ってるわけ？
一体何なんだ。
エルヴィン、すべて貴様の作戦が招いたことだ。
弁解するつもりはない。
Wow.
なぜだ。なぜそんなことができた。
人類の勝利のためだ。
Whoa.
ふざけるな。今すぐこの場で処刑しても上は文句を言わんだろう。
だが後の指揮も頼むぞ。東の壁際に何としても目が。
Wait.
奴には手錠を。は、住民の避難、救助を最優先で行え。はい。エルヴィン、貴様の処刑は正当な裁きで決めてもらおう。
Fuck.
何も捨てることができない人には何も変えることはできない。化け物をしのぐために必要なら。
They're really hammering this point home.
制さえ捨てる。
Fuck, right in the shin.
何？
Oh.
兄、父さんだけは お前の味方だ。
巨人を殺せ。一匹残らせ。
Whoa. Holy fuck, his eyes turned blue?
よせ。今のエレンのお前を認識できるかどうか。
Yeah, maybe don't get too close. Oh, fuck. She's not gonna get away. Whoa. Holy shit, Mikasa. Maybe don't...
落ちて。
兄、俺が間違っていた。今さら許してくれとは言わない。
Oh, and he's just standing still.
この世の全てからお前が恨まれることになっても、父さんだけはお前の味方だ。
まずい、中身も食われるぞ。よせ。
Eren. What the? The what?
Fusing.
What the why? There he is.
大事な証人を食うんじゃねえよ。
Whoa.
Whoa.
I don't know. Are we supposed to read all of that? Wait, just a sec. Just a sec. Hmm. That was some story.
兄は
Encased in that.
ここまで来てだんまりかよ。兄。
He's so
よせ。
fucking mad at her.
無駄だ。
I get it.
兄から何の情報も引き出せなかったら何が残る。
Yeah.
多くの死者を出し、その人生を失い、謎ばかり残して。
作戦成功とは言えねえな。
いや、我々調査兵団の首は繋がった。おそらく首の皮一枚だ。
だといいがな。
エルヴィン、なぜ憲兵団の協力を依頼しなかった？
潔白を証明できるもののみで行う必要があったからです。
だが、それによってストヘスクが受けた被害についてはどうお考えか。
奴をこのままにしていれば、壁は破壊され、被害はこれだけでは済まなかったはずです。
今の兄レオンハートから何か聞き出せるとは思えんが。
はい、不可能でしょう。
つまり無駄骨なのか？
体は大丈夫。
気持ち悪いくらいに元通りだ。兄は固まったままだってな。
あれだけ大掛かりな作戦やって収穫なしかよ。
あそこまでして情報を守ったんだ。兄は逃がしたのはエレンだ。
俺はやり損なった。兄を見たら動けなくなっちまった。
アルミン・アルレルト、ジャン・キルシュタイン、事情聴取だ。
俺たちからか。
じゃあまた後で。
あの時気持ちいいと思った。体が壊れんのなんか生成するくらいだった。
Whoa.
なんならこのまま死んでもいいってくらい今は思ってねえよ。
戻ってきてくれてよかったな。
化け物をしのぐためなら人間性さえ捨てる。そうでなきゃ勝てねえか。
人類が巨人に勝つための可能性の一つだよ。エレンならできると思う。
そんな化け物になって巨人を駆逐したとして、それは人類の勝利なのか。しかし私は人類が生き残るための
大きな可能性をつかんだと考えます。敵の一人を拘束したことは大きな前進です。一人残らず追い詰めましょう。壁の中にいる巨人を全て、今度は我々が進撃する番です。
地下深くに収容されたアニレオンハートの管理は調査兵団に委ねられた。しかし人類が自分たちが何に囚われているのかを知るにはまだ時間と犠牲が必要だった。
Still that fucking key. The basement. All right. Damn. Season 1.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot to talk about. Of course, we're gonna get into that after the post-credit scene, and even with the little story we got in between, with a lot of text there talking about the miner. I think there's definitely or of course there's a connection there. There's a reason why they're including it. But that was a good, wrap up to everything that went down in the first season, I think. Okay. What now? Wait, what? There's a Titan inside the wall? The fuck does that mean? Was that just symbolism, or is there actually a Titan inside the wall? Or Titans inside the wall? But there we go. That was episode 25, finale, season 1. It was titled The Wall. Very fitting title, I think, like taking everything into consideration. And especially also with that little post-credit thing. With, some of the wall crumbling away, and then we just saw a fucking Titan face, and it almost looked like a colossal Titan, like something looking like that. But inside the walls, it's did that really happen? Are there Titans inside the walls? And there is a lot, talk about the wall. And the walls. Of course, we have like the whole religious aspect that we sort of got introduced to, and we saw a little bit more of that in this episode or in this arc, and of course, like all the poor people who fucking died by getting a female Titan like just landing on them. They obviously believe that the walls are built by the gods, and humans aren't, like, we aren't supposed to, like, they're not even supposed to touch them or mess with them or anything. Like the walls, they are sacred. And then we also got this story in the middle of everything with this miner, which that also had something to do with the walls. And he dug so deep, but he still, hit the walls. So it's like they're keeping us safe, or like the walls are surrounding us both on the surface, but also underground. So if that's also the case, and it just according to that story, the miner disappeared and no one found his dig site, and then the friend disappeared as well. Why did they disappear? Is it because they figured something out that they weren't supposed to like figure out or talk about? Like what's up with these fucking walls, and who actually built them, and are they keeping humanity safe, or are they trapping them? Or boom, so many fucking questions all of a sudden about the fucking walls.
They also have names like Rose and
Yeah.
Sina and
Maria.
yeah.
Mhm.
And that's human names.
Yeah. Like even though like the religious people there, like that those are their goddesses, so to say, or they all represent something godlike or deity. But yeah, I think there's a closer, like there's something about the names, and maybe it has something to do with the people who like did build the walls, or had something to do with it, or dedicated to some people, or something that means something to those who built the walls. And it's just Oh yeah, a lot of wild theorizing here, I think, because it's just so much mystery and not necessarily a lot of information, or at least like we do have information. It's just, piecing that together and making it make sense. That's but there is definitely something there, like a lot more going on beneath the surface.
Sorry.
That's all right. Than we might think initially, and even Erwin, when he was being questioned at the end, and he was arguing that now we have a chance to like strike and attack, and he said like we're gonna find all the titans inside of the walls, so
that was maybe
a hint at like there are more people like Annie and Eren inside of the walls, or is he talking about like actual
inside the walls?
Yeah,
like this one,
like the one we saw at the end. Erwin definitely still like he knows way more than what we are privy to like at the moment.
Yeah, but we must believe that Annie is working together with someone.
Yes.
And we know of the Colossal Titan and the Armored Titan. So we know that there are other people with these sort of abilities. And then it's like, are they working with Annie or not? Are those the miners or not? Are those people, are they from inside the walls or are they from outside the walls?
Yes, and are there even like a lot of people outside the walls? And where would they be? And we did also get some memories or flashbacks with Annie and her father, and like he was, even though you're against like it's you versus the entire world, just know that your dad is with you as well. And so there's more to that as well. Like I really want to hear what Annie has to say, but now she is fucking frozen and underground, and they are gonna try to get information out of her. It's just, what sort of information is that going to be? What is it going to look like? It's just, there's still so much to dive into. It's like we get answers and a thousand more, they pop up. But you guys, you know that, and you've been telling us that that's how it is. That's how it's going to be with this series. Just going forward is all the mystery and the intrigue. It's going to keep you going, and you're going to get answers, but then
more questions.
You're definitely not going to get all the answers. And we didn't even make it to the fucking basement during this season. Like, he still has the key around his neck. Like, we never got there. They never got to do that mission that they talked about doing. It was all of a sudden all focused on capturing the female Titan. And that sort of became the focus of the last part of the first season. So we still got that in store. And maybe that's going to be like the mission that they're going to go out on in season 2. But I find it really interesting, and like the way that this hierarchy it's built up inside of the walls as well.
Yeah.
And with the people in charge and the decisions they then made, like really gotta hand it to Erwin and the Survey Corps. Like, even though they just carried out this raid or this mission inside of Stohess that got so many people killed, they did something right in the eyes of the people in charge, at least. So like they let them continue on, they let them have Annie, so they must really see some potential in what Erwin is telling them and what they found out there.
Yeah, and I also loved when he spoke with that guy who was arresting him. And he was like, sure, you can shoot me, you can arrest me, you can do whatever you like. You just have to take over then. You just have to. So he was just like, yeah, well, you have to take all of this responsibility and all of these plans. You have to do this, this, and that. And he was just like, oh, it's too much, man.
Because the plans are already in motion. Like, you can't stop that now. So if you decide to shoot me or take me out of the picture, then like things are still happening, and then you gotta be in charge now.
Yeah,
you want to do that,
and you're gonna have to take full responsibility of whatever's gonna happen.
Yes, and not everyone can do that. Like, it's only someone like Erwin who can take responsibility in that way, and just even though he has to make horrible choices and he's standing by them. And I think that's very much like the whole message behind what Armin now has been saying like 3 or 4 or 5 times, with you have to become a monster to defeat the monstrous, or you have to like cast aside your humanity for a little bit, or at least that's one of the ways that we can maybe achieve some sort of victory. So I, at least I interpret it as that. It's not that someone like Erwin has completely let go of his humanity, because otherwise he wouldn't be fighting for humanity.
And especially not side by side with the one person that hates useless deaths as much as Levi.
Yep. Levi does not want useless deaths. And he even, like, we talked about whether or not he was gonna, he was gonna do something here towards the end. And he did, when it looked like Eren was actually going to
eat Annie. And
yeah, we cannot have that. So he intervened. He's like, don't fucking do that, you idiot.
Yeah, and I'm not really sure that whole thing that happened. First off, Eren got to a whole new stage.
Yeah.
Of Titanism. He went blue-eyed and just angry, weird, super regenerative. I don't know.
Like burning up. They got flames almost. Like you could see like burning through him.
Yeah.
And like, yeah.
So he got to a whole new stage. And then they said something like they're fusing at some point.
Yeah. They didn't all the way, but it looked like, at least where they were in contact with each other, that they started to fuse. And
were they getting so hot that they were actually
just melting together?
Plasma, yeah, like they were going into plasma stage at this point. Well, it was just, I was a little bit confused about that part with the whole fusing thing, because why, like, it wasn't really explained. They just said fuse.
No, what sort of significance did that have? Yeah.
Yeah, and does it have, like, is there a certain effect? Is it something that's gonna come into play at some point? I don't know. But while the fusing part began, that's when Levi just swooped in and said, nope. Not this time, and then picked Eren out of the neck of that Titan.
Yes. But Eren still, when he was talking and he was kind of recounting what happened, he himself said that he froze when he saw Annie. So maybe he wasn't going to eat her. It was just, he just ripped open the neck, saw Annie, froze, and the others thought that, oh fuck, he's going to eat her. But he wasn't actually going to do it. But then she kind of, got this whole hardened shell around her, and they're saying it as like she got frozen. I think she just got frozen in place inside of, it looks like a big diamond, something like that.
We know that she's able to like harden her skin, so it's possibly the same mechanism.
Yes, that's what I was getting at. Yeah, I think it's sort of the same thing there.
But I think this episode was kind of like something that set up a lot of stuff.
Yes.
So
we're not supposed to make a lot of like conclusions right now.
No, so a lot of things just happened. Like small things that just happened.
Yeah, that doesn't make a lot of sense to us right now, and if we try to like analyze it, we probably wouldn't be able to come up with any sort of answer, but at least it was presented to us in this episode.
Yeah, and as I say, probably as a setup.
Yes, for what's gonna happen in season 2. First, we are still going to watch a couple of OVAs, I believe, but once we get into season 2, I'm sure we're gonna pick up at least with where we left off, and maybe get some more answers. And we've also, at that point in time, like we've had some more time to think about everything that went down in this last arc, and maybe we'll have a revelation or two at that point before we start up again. But man, that was such a good first season. I feel exhausted. Like, just thinking about everything that happened and what it means.
How little we still know. Like,
yes.
Well, yeah,
understand, and yeah, I feel borderline like confused, but it's probably like it's supposed to be like this. There's so much intrigue and mystery, and I know there's probably a bunch of things that we didn't get to. We didn't talk about some of the stuff that happened in this last arc, but we'll let it marinate, as I always say, and get back to it once we start season 2. Exhausted. I'm so exhausted and like borderline confused, but I'm sure like it's supposed to be like that. Do you have anything you wanna add to this one, or, like just about the first season overall?
Yeah, well, you said you were borderline confused. I'm just confused.
Just a brain melting.
Yeah.
It's also quite late here, and we're both tired and like yeah.
I still think there's a lot of classicism under the like lying under the surface in a way. Like it's somehow it's not necessarily what drives everything,
No.
but it's definitely something that's just lurking beneath the surface.
Yeah, and I think like besides the Titans that are trying to eat the humans, this is a whole other thing, a whole other like issue inside of like humanity that they're going to have to tackle or deal with at some point, is this classism and how they are living and the way that they're dividing people into classes and whatnot. That's we're most likely going to get more into that at some point. But that's going to do it for this reaction and review of Attack on Titan Season 1, Episode 25, Season 1 overall. Thank you guys so much for watching as always, and we'll see you as soon as possible. Bye.
Bye.